Hey, Nick Thomas here with InfoSecSync at the 10th Annual National Cyber Summit in Huntsville, Alabama. And to my right is Mr. Mark Heck. He is the Cyber Programs Director from Raytheon here in Huntsville. Mark, welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming. This is your 5th time here at the Cyber Summit?
Yes, it is.
So you've seen it grow throughout the years?
I have seen it grow, and I can tell you that if you trend the data, which I like to do here, last year you had about 1,600 attendees, as I understand it. This year we have 2,000.
Wow.
This year we have over 100 companies that are exhibiting here in Huntsville, and that's just phenomenal. Just that statistic alone, you know, is an indication of the growth of the cybersecurity in this community.
So Mark, Raytheon isn't known very well for cyber yet, or you're on your way there. You're known mostly for missiles and more in that area. So tell me what you do for cyber for Raytheon and what Raytheon's big picture is for not only nationally, but here in Huntsville.
Certainly, Joe. My role within the Corporate Business Development Office within Raytheon Company, headquartered out of the Arlington, Virginia office, is to help continue to differentiate Raytheon Company as the premier cybersecurity company in the world.
Okay.
And that message is carried from our CEO, Dr. Kennedy, all the way down into the Raytheon business units, including ForcePoint, who is a Raytheon company.
Recent acquisition, right?
Recent acquisition. And my role is to help the 4 Raytheon businesses and ForcePoint grow their cybersecurity practice. Specific to the Huntsville market is to help increase the community's awareness of what Raytheon does in the area of cybersecurity. We have many activities in work. My specific tactical actions, if you look at it that way, Joe, is to really help do even more of increasing the community's awareness, getting involved in the various activities, partnerships with academia. We are a mentor protege for small business that's in this town.
Okay.
We are a member of the Huntsville Cyber Advisory Group, and my specific actions are really to help promote, not just for this community here, an increased awareness of who Raytheon is, but more importantly, carry that message back into the corporate office of Raytheon so they know all the good things that are going on down here in the cyber domain.
So both you and I have worked in the Beltway. I've been up there for the past 15 years, and you've been up there for a long time as well. And we know there's a certain ecosystem in cyber up there and the growth potential. So tell me what you see through your lenses from being up there and coming to Huntsville. Do you see sort of a cyber market explosion in Huntsville?
I do, Joe, and that's a great analogy when you look at the general Fort Meade market. And although this is my 5th time here in this area, what I've learned as I've studied the market, meet companies, meet folks that are helping this town grow, reminds me of what made the Fort Meade cybersecurity market successful. Specifically, this includes working with the community, the economic development corporations, the FCA chapters, the business partnership chapters, academia. So it's not just about competing for contracts and then winning that work, executing that work, and then doing that same thing again. What Fort Meade market has is a wonderful, to use your term, ecosystem of everybody working together for the benefit of the whole. And that involves giving back to the community, that involves participating in STEM programs, involves sponsoring highways, volunteer work, and anything you can think of that shows that you are vested, not just from a corporate point of view, but from a community point of view. So I see some really wonderful things happening here. It reminds me, Joe, of a lot of what you and I experienced up in Fort Meade area.
Excellent, excellent. So where do you see Raytheon presently going now here in Huntsville?
I believe that with my input, you know, you're going to continue to see the community learn more about how Raytheon can help the greater Huntsville market in the cybersecurity area. Our continued investment and interest supporting the small businesses here, continued participation and sponsorship of events like the National Cyber Summit here. We sponsored the keynote lunch today. And more involvement in the community, not just winning work. But I think one of the things that's core to that, though, is learning more about what is underway here within Redstone Arsenal specifically. My role, since I don't have that much of a working knowledge about Redstone Arsenal, but I do know a lot of the customers or tenants there, is to really understand and get much closer to the mission. And I think that'll help us understand how we can help the community as a whole.
Excellent. All good stuff, Mark. So I'd like to welcome you again, and thanks for
Thank you.
Thanks for spending time with me, and thanks for staying in sync with InfoSecSync.